Math time, math time, math time, math time. Yay! Hello, friends. Happy Wednesday. Today, we are going to continue on learning with what we've been learning this week. Who can tell me what we have been learning this week? Well, friends, we have been learning about place value, right? We've been learning about our ones and our tens and our hundreds. Today, we are going to continue on working with our place value systems. Let's go ahead and look at our objective for the day. That's our goal. Today, our objective says, we will be able to compose numbers by working with a place value table and a place value blocks. Now, we should all know what that word compose means by now. The word compose means to combine or build a number, right? If we have 4 10 rods, we can combine them and say 10, 20, 30, 40 and make 40. We can also combine numbers in the expanded form, like this one right here, to make a full number. So we have 1,000 plus 200 plus 40 plus 7 is 1,247, right? Compose means we are combining numbers. So this week we have been composing numbers in the place value system. Using our place value table, so our place value table looks like this. We have a ones place, we have a tens place, we have a hundreds place. And we know that we can use either pictures to represent our ones, tens, and hundreds places, or we can use real objects like our base 10 blocks, like our ones units, our 10 rods, and our 100s flats, right? We can use real objects, or we can use pictures. Now, we have been doing both. Yesterday, we were using concrete objects, the ones that we seen in our book, in our Origo book. They have these concrete pictures on there. But on Monday, we were drawing our own pictures, our X's for our ones units, our lines for our 10 rods, and our squares for our hundreds flats. Okay, so let's take a look at what we are doing today. Today, we are going to be composing numbers into their ones, tens, and hundreds place. We're going to be writing the numbers that we see from our pictures on our Origo book, and we're going to write how many ones there are, how many tens there are, and how many hundreds there are. So that's exactly what our process steps say. Our first step says count the ones, right? Because we always start from the least number to the greatest number. So we're going to count the ones, which is our smallest number. Then step number 2, we're going to count the tens. We're going to count the tens place. And then we're going to count the hundreds place. And our last step is to write the numbers in our place value table. Okay, those are some pretty simple steps. First, count the ones. Then count the tens, then count the hundreds, and then you write the numbers in your chart. Okay? First, I'm going to show you how exactly we are going to do this, and then we're going to try to do some together. Let's take a look at our questions in our Origo book. Our first question says, what number is shown by these blocks? What number is shown by these blocks right here? Well, I think that I might have to follow my process steps. Count the ones is my first step. Count the tens is my second step. Count the hundreds is my third step. And then write the numbers in the box. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to follow those process steps because they help me. So, what number is shown by these blocks? Let me follow my process steps. First, I'm going to count the ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 ones. I have 10, 20, 30. I have 3 10 rods. That equals to 30. So I'm going to put a 3 in the tens place. So I have 7 ones, 3 tens. And how many hundreds do I have here? Well, I have 1 hundreds flats and 2 hundreds flats. So I know that I have 200. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write that into my boxes because I already counted the ones. I already counted the tens. And then I counted the hundreds. So now I'm in step 4. I'm going to write my number right here. So I had 7 ones, 3 10 rods, and 2 hundreds. How can you show the same number on these expanders? Well, I did it already. I put 200. 37 is my number. How do you know where to write the digits? Well, I know where to write the digits because it tells me right here, 2 hundreds, 3 tens, and 7 ones. So here, right here, I'm just going to write the number again, 2 hundreds, 3 tens, and 7 ones. How do I know that these are the places? Because I know that my ones place is my least, is my smallest number. So my ones place always goes in the spot right here because that's where the smallest number goes. That's the ones. Then my tens goes next. And then my hundreds are the last one because hundreds are worth more than tens and ones. So those are the greatest ones. So I go ones, tens, and hundreds. Okay. Now my questions over here ask, look at the picture of the blocks above. Look at the expanders, okay? What blocks must be added to those above to create this number? Okay, well they want to see if I know how to make this number 237 into this number 257. What has changed? My ones place hasn't changed. My threes place did change. And my hundreds place did not change. So I have a 3 right here. And they want me to make it a 5. Well, if I have 3 and I want to make it a 5, how many more do I have to add? 3 plus 1, 2 is 5. So if I want to make 257, I would just have to add 2 more 10 rods. So that's 10, 20. I would have to add 20 more or 2 more 10 rods to make this number right here. Okay. Now we're going to compose this number. I'm going to compose it, and then we're going to do some together. Okay? So my process step says first, count the ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I have 5 ones. Count the tens. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 10 rods, that's 40. Count the hundreds. I have 1 100s flat. So now I'm going to write the numbers in my place value table. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. I had 1, 2, 3, 4 10 rods. That's 40, 10, 20, 30, 40. And I have 1 100s flat, so that is 1. So what is my number? 145. I did it. I'm so smart. It kissed my brain. Okay. Next one. Oop, I apologize. My next one. Ooh, this one looks kind of tricky. Let me see if I can do it by using my process steps. First, I'm going to count the ones. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I have 3 ones. Then I'm going to count my tens. 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. I have 80 10 rods, so that must mean I have 8 10 rods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, I have 8. So I had 3 ones, 8 tens, and how many hundreds? 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4, so that must mean I have 400. So now I'm going to write it in my boxes. I have 3 ones, 8 10 rods, and 4 100s flats. So I have, my number is 483. I did it. Do you see how simple that is? Okay, now let's do some together. This is going to be on page 58 of your Origo book. So if you want to go ahead and open up your book and follow along, you can. Okay, so we're going to follow our process steps. First thing is count the ones. Second thing is count the tens. Third thing is count the hundreds. Then we write the numbers in the boxes. Let's count our ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens. And we have 1, 2, 3 hundredths. Okay? So let's go ahead and write that down. I have 4 ones, 1, 2, 3, 4. Write the number 4 in my box. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tenths. And then I have 1, 2, 3 hundredths flats. My number is 354. Next one, count the ones. I have 1, 2, 3 ones. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tenths. How do I count tenths? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So right now I have 63. And my 100ths flats, I have 100, 200ths. So my final number is 263. And the last one that we're going to do together is C on page 58 of your Origo book. So let's go ahead and finish that one off. Count the ones first. 1, 2. Count the 10 rods. 10, 20, 30. That's 3. And then count the 100ths flats. 1. I have 100. So my final number is 132. And that's it. Okay, now you guys are going to complete page 59 in your Origo book all by yourself and see if you can do it. Okay, you're going to write the ones, you're going to write the tens, you're going to write the hundreds, and then you're going to write the numbers again. Okay? You're going to do the same thing for B and the same thing for C. All right, great job, you guys. We did it, we did it, we did it. Yeah, lo hicimos, we did it. Today's goal for the day was to be able to compose numbers using our place value chart and our place value blocks. And we certainly did that today. We were counting our numbers, we used a place value table, and we were using our place value blocks in our Origo book. All right, good luck, everyone. I will see you tomorrow.